Tom, weet jij ook nog, we gaan kijken naar ik vond het een hartverscheurend mooi klein reportagetje, documentairetje over Jim Croce. De zanger die in 1973 veel te vroeg overleed bij een vliegtuigongeluk. Ja. Zijn zoon, AJ, was toen...
AJ Croce.
Ja, die is inmiddels zanger geworden, was toen 2 jaar. Leo is bij ze op bezoek geweest, bij de weduwe en bij het jochie, wat inmiddels een hele kerel is. En we vertellen het verhaal van een prachtige zanger. Je kent Jim Croce toch wel?
Zeker.
Ja, dan. We gaan kijken.
I'm Jim Croce, and I live here. You know, I've spent about 10, 11 years playing in bars, fraternity parties, doing rock and roll, country and western, bluegrass. That screaming you're hearing back in there is my little boy Adrian James, trying to sing. Hey, why don't you bring him out?
If I could save time in a bottle.
It was at about 4 o'clock in the morning. My stepmom called and said, are you awake? And I went, no, but I've been having this terrible dream that I was trying to reach Jim and I couldn't get him. And she said, there was a plane crash. And I said, and Jim's dead, right? And she said, yes. And Maury too? And she said, everyone on the plane died. And the first thing that hit me is that AJ wouldn't have a father. I mean, more so than me. As much as I would miss Jim, it just made me so sad that he wouldn't know his dad.
But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them.
Looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with.
I've always loved my father's music, and he was always an influence as a songwriter. It's new for me to play any of it, because most of my career I wanted to sort of find my own identity and be able to do my own music, and so for me it took time.
I went to a doctor to find out if I could get pregnant. And after he examined me, he told me that I was pregnant. And I told Jim, and Jim had this look of kind of utter fear and excitement, because he knew that if we were going to have a child, he needed to become a professional musician. And that night, he sat down at the kitchen table and he started to write Time in a Bottle.
Time in a Bottle was so ominous because you hear the opening lines, you hear the opening piece, and it's sort of this iconic piece of music. And when I added to that the thought that it was written for me, it had a very strong emotional, I don't know, I was very afraid of it. And then finally, I just decided to learn it one day.
If I could save time in a bottle, first thing that I like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I
First couple times I sang it, I was just too emotional to be able to really to perform it well. But it's still, whenever I think about it, it affects the performance. I have to set that aside and treat it like a piece of music that's another piece of music.
Can you do that?
No, not very well. It's very hard. It's very hard.
The only way that Jim and I really could communicate was through our music. It was the thing that had initially brought us together at a hootenanny when he was the judge for the contest that I was in. Whenever we sang music, it was like making love.
she's got a romance built to mystery. I've got a heartache trying to kill me.
Well, I think my mom was really very supportive of me playing music.
At 6 years old, he was playing piano and writing his own songs, and, you know, by the time he was 15, he was on the road and performing.
I think she would have liked that I would have, you know, finished school and gone to college, but I had an opportunity to follow my dream of playing music when I was very, very young.
You know, he said, Mom, that was my choice. Should I go on the road with Ray Charles right now? I can do this. or should I go to college? And I'm like, well, it's up to you. That night, right before he got into the plane, he just wanted to call, and I said, Jim, I can't talk right now. I've got to go, but please call me back. Please give me a call. And he said, Ing, I love you. And that was the last thing that Jim ever said to me. Not until I received the letter that he wrote. It came after AJ and I had gotten back from the funeral. It reads, Dear Ing, I know I haven't been very nice to you for some time, and when I get back, everything will be different. We're gonna have a life together, Ing, I promise. I'm gonna concentrate on my health. I'm gonna become a public hermit. I'm gonna get my master's degree. I'm gonna write short stories and movie scripts. Who knows, I might even get a tan. Give a kiss to my little man and tell him Daddy loves him. Remember, it's the first 60 years that count, and I've got 30 to go. I love you, Jim.